It's good. You've got no idea how much of the script I've been writing today, but I have just finished the World versus World video and PvP, so
Okay,
the
cool.
review should be going good. Do you want to record? Do you want to do Elite Speculation?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been waiting for this.
I'm sorry, I'm late as well, dude. I know I've been
No
blowing
problem.
you off.
I'm actually kind of surprised that you're actually doing this because the trailer's out now. So I thought you might be doing that instead.
Oh, sorry. Trailer?
The trailer, yeah, the Living Story episode 5 trailer. It's,
No, really? The Living World trailer?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
But no, it's cool. But like, you could do it later, I guess. So we'll
No,
do this now.
what? No, sorry. Wait, what? The Living World trailer's out right now, is it?
Yeah, you didn't know?
Yeah, I probably can't record with you, mate. Sorry. They're gonna want me to do that, aren't they?
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. They're gonna want me to do what? What do people want to see? Me record this Elite Speculation with you, or go do the trailer?
This is the end of our friendship.
I'm sorry, dude. I'll catch that, mate. All right, we'll record sometime. Bye. Bye.
I hate you.
One of Lazarus's aspects. Without it, they could have never resurrected Lazarus. The real Lazarus.
Mortal danger. A Mersat/not a Mersat on the way.
He's on the way? What should we do? He's trapped us here.
The lies, the willingness to kill to get what he wants.
No, it can't be. The charade ends here.
Oh, hell yes. It is indeed trailer time. Flashpoint, episode 5 of the Living World Season 3 was just revealed, guys. Pretty intense stuff. I can't wait to see what they've got for us here. So, as always, if you're new to the channel, when a little trailer comes out, I geek out with you guys just a little bit. We check it out. Now, the trailer, it's cool what it represents. I'm not really sure how meaty it is. I'm not sure how much we've got to dig into. I think it would, and I saw someone said this already on Reddit, I think that it's better to describe this as a teaser rather than like a full-fledged trailer. Like, they're more doing teaser stuff, but there might be a very good reason for that, and it might be because of the amount of time the guys who do the trailers might have on their hands right now. See, a big reveal that came with this trailer and episode 5 isn't even really to do with the trailer itself. Here, I'll just skip to the end so that we can see this here, guys. Check it out. Flashpoint, all right, as they call it, May 2nd, 2 more episodes in season 3. Only 2 episodes. This is crazy. So they even quite officially, I think on the website, they call it the penultimate episode. So there's a bit of a theory about this recently, and that maybe because they've only got 3 Living World teams, Living World Season 3 might just be 6 episodes long. Like Team 1 did Rising Flames, and then, Team 1 did Out of the Shadows and The Head of the Snake. This is Team 2, and then we'll see Team 3's second release in a minute, and that's the finale. So this is huge. If you don't know why that's huge, because after Season 3, presumably, it's not going to be Season 4, it's going to be an expansion. So we're looking at this release next week on Tuesday, and then we're looking at another one after that, and then we're in expansion again, guys. So this really is getting towards the end of Hearthon's series. Did end up true. This is very, very, very cool. So we're really boiling up to, I think that's exactly what they call it, boiling down to the end, I think, which could be something Primordus related. And there's lots of fiery stuff we'll get to in this trailer in just a second, because again, this is the team that brought us Rising Flames and the Return to the Fire Island Chain before. So was the next map going to be the Fire Island Chain or whatever? What we're going to see in this trailer. So that's the preamble, really. Very huge. And like the title of this release as well, Flashpoint, really seems to be suggesting something explosive or, you know, very fiery. So you've already seen it. Let's go through. Let's do our little frame by frame funsies as we always do, and let's have some fun, shall we? So the music, by the way, we're hearing in the background here is the Dragon Stand music. I think it's only in Dragon Stand this plays. Maybe in other areas of the jungle. I've seen a fair bit of speculation already that the map we're about to see in this trailer could be that region of the world here on the map where we're between Ratasum and the Grove, or the speculated areas of Dragon Stand that were locked off at Heart of Thorns. If you remember, Dragon Stand had like a whole other path it was going to have with the Nightmare Court and stuff, and then it got removed. So people are speculating it could be stuff to do with that. Like, you notice how close this is to the Fire Island Chain. We might be looking at a jungle map that like lets us go to jungle and Fire Island Chain at the same place. There's lots of interesting theories. We'll see what we see in a second, especially considering the water we're going to get to in a moment. It would kind of keep it to that area of the world, and I kind of would like the idea of a map there, because this is ultimately season 3 is Heart of Thorns territory, and Heart of Thorns was about the heart of the jungle, and so having more maps in this area I think is quite nice, filling in the bottom left of the map essentially. But yeah, so back to the trailer. Here we go. So this is the music, Dragon Stand music. Got the Living World logo. We open up here with the banner. This is the White Mantle banner. Sorry, I got a bit of fire on screen, but this is the White Mantle banner here. This reminds me so much of one of the clips that we saw in a previous trailer as well. But yeah, that's totally what this is here. And then we just got a little bit of netting, but piratey looking stuff. Not too much crazy. We hear a little bit of the voice over there, which says one of Lazarus's aspects. I think there's actually more to talk about with the trailer for that. So one of Lazarus' aspects, if that's going to be audio that's in the patch, this could mean, guys, we're going to actually pick up that last aspect. Now, those who played the recent story, you remember, basically Lazarus became a thing even though they never had all of his aspects. And like they were missing one that got swapped out, which Cordicus was talking about in one of his journals. It seems like this patch might pick up right where we left off. So we're not going to Bram. We're not going to the anything to do with Jormag or anything. We're staying with the Krytan politics kind of. And yeah, we're actually going to see one of the aspects. Now, there's a theory at the moment that that aspect could be one of the amulets, or the amulet, sorry, we saw in season 2. And that's kind of curious, right? Also, who was it that just said that? Was it Casimir? Because Casimir is totally back, and she's in this trailer. Anyway, so they say evil menaces KRYTA, and in the background here we got this like fiery effect going on, right? These embers and stuff, and that's just going to be recurring so much. So fire's a big thing on this trailer. Okay. So what do we get in the background? This is actually a bit of reused footage. This is our first appearance of Lazarus. I was a bit disappointed by that, honestly. Here, what you're looking at is this gate. This is the gate we went in to get to the Fire Island Chain in the second update. And in fact, the same gate we used to get to the Dragon Lab. Basically, we're looking at Ratanovus, guys. We're not just looking at Ratanovus, but this hand, these claws, this is Lazarus here, or a different Lasat, but most likely Lazarus. This is Lazarus, and I think we saw a tiny little flash of Timey a second ago as well. So yeah, he's totally here, and it seems like he's going to attack them all in the lab. Voiceover right now saying without this aspect they couldn't have resurrected Lazarus. So yeah, they're basically playing into that. Like, he almost clenches his fist there. I like that in the trailer because he's not actually clenching his fist. They don't have that animation, but they sort of subtly make it look like that's happening. So yeah, anyway, more confirmation. This is the Dragon Lab. Nothing really new here. Like I say, it's not particularly the most meaty thing. And I think we've got Timey in the background basically talking about them being in lots of danger right now. So, yeah, here's Timey speaking about Lazarus there. They're basically saying they couldn't have resurrected the real Lazarus. But this shot here exactly, Timey says he's on the way, and what should we do? So again, like, if the previous shot didn't establish it enough, Lazarus is totally attacking where Timey is. And I guess this is going to be some kind of siege, some kind of bunkery style thing. Is this how the patch opens? Probably. Like, you might have noticed that a lot of the trailers the devs have been doing, they don't do the trailer on, like, the final instance, honestly, that much. Usually they talk about, like, the immediate story stuff. So I think this patch might actually open with this attack on the Dragon Lab. And does that end in disaster? Does someone get kidnapped? Like, are we going to see him kidnap Timey so that the stakes are raised or something? It's interesting. So anyway, yeah, what should we do? I doubt they'll be prepared. We'll see. Oh, there we go. Sorry, that wasn't Timey saying he's on the way. What should we do? That was Casimir just a second ago. So yeah, Casimir says that. And there you go. That's confirmation. We'll see her in a second in a flashy new outfit as well. Casimir is back in this patch. Oh my god, that's badass. We don't see her just yet, but it's cool to finally get back to her. Here's Lazarus looking incredibly menacing, again in the Dragon Lab, sort of staring down. Again, the fact he's looking down, I don't know, why do I feel like Timey's gonna get kidnapped? It's just me? Is this just me? Should be used in the story in this way, or is something else going on? Like, I almost feel like when Timey's saying he's on the way, what should we do? She's not saying that to the player character, she might just be saying that to, like, other Asura around or something? I don't know. Anyway, so then we get these splashes. More fire. Who is Lazarus? I really... The end of the last patch definitely made the Lazarus thing into a big deal. If you guys have seen my speculation about it, I've got plenty of videos since the Head of the Snake came out. Some people were kind of playing this off as like, who is Lazarus wasn't going to be a big part of the story. It wasn't, but it totally was. The way that they framed it. And it looks like we're going to get our payoff in this patch, like to say who is Lazarus, and some of the voice we'll hear in a second. I think that I'm going on the record right now and I'm saying Lazarus's true identity is revealed this patch. 100%. I genuinely believe it's going to be revealed this patch. And I think this trailer actually gives us a little bit more evidence for one of the theories too. So let's go a bit further forward. Here we've got what is quite obviously the back of Lazarus, but what's really amazing is what he's looking at here. So there was a little bit of a throwaway line in the last patch that you guys might have already forgotten about. It was right at the start, and it's what Timey's been up to. So I do think we're still in Dragonstown, we're still in the Dragon Lab. This is why Lazarus is actually attacking, because like the trailer's set up quite obviously that he is going to attack. But why this? This is probably like Omadds' machine, right? I mean, it doesn't quite look like Omadds' machine, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's what this is. And there's something about, if you think, but I mean, we could go a long time on this, and I will really try not to. I know these videos are kind of famous for me going too long on about them, but this is really the major speculation. We might do our own video on it. But Omadds' machine showed us all that stuff about the nature of the Elder Dragons, didn't it? Or the orbs, at least, and the different spheres. And, you know, it's this thing that kind of ties the gods to the Elder Dragons as well, which I'll come back to in just a second in the video. And Lazarus doesn't want Timey to know anything about this. Lazarus doesn't like Timey's plan, and he's coming and attacking. And I think that that's what's really triggered all of this whole episode, and that we'll start with this, because it's essentially Lazarus has to play his hand and reveal who he is because of the existence of this machine, which is awesome because the machine was like such a throwaway little line from the previous episode, and that's what we're seeing, and that's what's catalyzed all of this. And that's why, like, even if we do now know that Lazarus isn't the real Lazarus, why does that have to come to a head so quickly? I think it comes to a head because he attacks Ratanovus and he goes for the machine right here, and that's what you're looking at. Omadds' machine. Calling it now. These kind of crystals almost look a bit KRYTA-y. So one of the theories I saw on Reddit is people think that the real Lazarus might be a dragon champion, but further, a champion of KRYTA. And KRYTA is trying to sort of sow chaos to make the other two Elder Dragons eliminate one another so that he can take all of the power. And that's interesting. And I think there's some kind of ideas there as well, because if KRYTA absorbed a little bit of Morgemoth's powers of mindiness, maybe we are seeing them manipulate each other more and stuff, but I'm not entirely sure. These crystals maybe suggest something KRYTA-y. I'm not going to stake anything on that just yet. And if you're going to go in that direction, there's a chance for Snaf to become more of a thing as well. I don't know. We're probably going off the deep end here. But yeah, Lazarus looking menacing. It's funny because Lazarus doesn't actually say anything in this whole trailer. He just sort of stands about looking evil and brooding. Maybe they're in the Dragon Lab. Lazarus knows about the Dragon Lab. He disables that portal, and we're trapped, as Marjorie says there. Marjorie looking incredibly Asian here. Way more than usual. Or Canthan, I should say. But here we're learning it's Casimir. And now they cut the audio immediately, and we're looking at a very cool place. So this is the new map. All right. Now, a load of things to look at straight away, all right? We've got a vista here. We've got a waypoint. So presumably this is where we start. I think that this is where we start. We got a submarine. This submarine is not like a new Heart of Thorn asset that they've just made. This submarine, actually, you did see submarines at the release game in 2012 in various places. Like quite predominantly, I think there's one that docks in the Fort Trinity base. So is this perhaps something to do with a pact? And I think maybe yes. But what's really cool about this as well, and kind of goes along with the pack thing as well, is look over here, right? This Does this not look to you guys a lot like the architecture that was for Morgemoth's big tower thing? You know where we ended Heart of Thorns and we climbed up the big spiral circular thing? It was inside of that giant tree. I think that that's what this is. I think this water here, I think we're either in Dragonstand or really close to Dragonstand, like thematically. And these waters are like another angle of where we fought the mouth of Morgemoth. It'd be really cool, actually, if we got to see his corpse or something over there as well. And what's awesome is we can see that there's actually leyline magic, leyline magic out there that we can actually grab onto and maybe like do updrafts to glide around over there. So this could even be a part of the playable map. I think that'd be really badass. Got a little bouncing mushroom here. Packed soldiers. I don't think that these are the characters from the story. Actually, are they? Also, we got this really kind of pretty like asset that we saw. I think there's a lot of that of Entangled Depths at the same time. The weird thing is we don't see too much of the map in this trailer. Do you guys think that maybe the devs are going to give us a really small map this time, or do you think they're really going to succeed in 6 big maps as they've done so far? They've got 5 of them out. Is this going to be they've got 4 of them out already. Is this going to be the 5th? Or maybe is it going to be a smaller? Because I kind of get an impression from this that it's just kind of a small island. And if you buy that this is just a part of Dragonstand, like an extension to Dragonstand, maybe that's what they're going to do. Like, another thing to think about with Dragonstand, specifically with this, is think about the way, like, technically and within the engine, the developers sealed off this area of the map. You're still in Dragonstand, but you're kind of like in a totally different area that you can only get to by speaking to an NPC, and you get teleported quite far away. Do you think then maybe that they'll use that same kind of idea to give us like a little, pocket of existence sort of thing here? But the other thing I want to talk about as well is if this is perhaps a new map, and we're looking near Dragonstand, and we've got all of this water, and we've got this submarine, there's a chance actually that because this submarine's actually moving around, if this is an open world map, this could be an event, which might suggest that the submarine has just come from an area of playable space. What I think would be really crazy is if you look at the world map here, what if we're here? And what if we're actually in a map where there's that water and you can see the jungle coastline and you can see the Fire Island chain together? Now, in some respects, I kind of don't like that idea because it sort of makes Tyria feel a lot smaller to me. Like, in my head canon, I always think of this as some huge, massive, strait of water there. And Guild Wars 1 certainly gave you that impression. So it'd be kind of weird to see that it's just a stone's throw difference. But I mean, we've been in that situation before. Like when you're looking at ore from standing, well, in the Straits of Devastation, you can just look across the water and it's more of a pond or a lake rather than the ocean. So, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. But you can glean so much from this little bit of the trailer. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm not sure I've really missed anything. Let's move on. Got another shot. This is the reverse shot here. Well, sort of. We were looking off to the right now. So now, like, I think the Dragonstand thing is behind us. I think it's basically what they're doing. I guess these weren't living world characters. These are just generic packed soldiers. Yeah, important to note, though, packed soldiers, right? So, of course, we saw it in the last patch that Logan might be leading the pact, and we could see he takes that position up more formally in this very episode. That would accelerate that story very fast, faster than I was expecting. But it's nice to see the pact get more involved. Obviously, if we're rolling into an expansion soonish, guys, there's this release and then another, and then there's an expansion. So at that point, yeah, it would be nice to have the pact coming back because we could be fighting another Elder Dragon soon. If you think about how Season 2 went, Season 2 had tons of pact, and you had all the Silverway stuff going on, loads of pact activity. So, we're only just getting to them now here, really, in this story. But they still exist, and we all know that they were weakened by the events of Heart of Thorns and so forth. Here, I do think this is the same waypoint as before, by the way. So, moving on. Okay, so we got a bit of audio. And it's basically Marjorie speaking, and she'll go through many of these clips. I'll just read it out to you. What she says is the lies, the willingness to kill to get what he wants. So, what might Marjorie be referring to there? You might think that Marjorie is kind of explaining, talking about a very recent death, like Lazarus comes into the patch, kills someone, and then Marjorie talks about it. But don't forget, Marjorie was there to witness Lazarus blowing up all of those White Mantle at the very start of this season. So, it's not necessarily true that Lazarus has already killed someone at the start, and by the time we get this little snippet in this teaser trailer here, she could just be referring to the stuff way back when. But yeah, the lies, the willingness to kill or to get what he wants. Everyone's talking about Lazarus the whole time. He's trapped us here, blah, blah, blah. And the next line is the really cool one, but Marjorie will be speaking for a while. Here, Evan Nashblade. Or so I originally thought. This isn't Evan Nashblade. Evan has different eyes, and I made sure to go to the wiki just to be sure. I don't think this is Evan. If it was, it'd be really crazy, but I'm pretty sure it's not. The question therefore is, who is this Charr? Is this Lazarus? Because obviously the role of this trailer is to make us think, who is Lazarus? Is it possible that he is E? Don't forget that the most recent patch did a lot more stuff with E. Was that to prep us for a reveal for him? Are they going to reveal Lazarus and E together? I'm really not sure. Next, we got this badass cannon. Oh god, sorry, I moved us past it there a little bit. We get this badass cannon. Looks like a Whispers character almost. I actually wouldn't be surprised if that's a player. The cannon's firing. I'm sure that this is something like one of the many events that we got in the game, or hearts in the game, where you can grab cannonballs and press F and then you fire them. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if this was a player character. There's some nice armor though. I don't know what that is, if that is a player character. You guys know me, I'm not very good at Fashion Wars 2. You also notice the depth of field, by the way, technically speaking. The most recent map had a lot of DOF on vistas, and it looks like they're doing that in the trailers too as well, right? So that's cool. Anyway, as Season 3 boils to the finale, and we've got water here, and we saw water a second ago. Is the deep sea dragon going to get revealed here? Is that something that they're doing? Boils to the finale? I don't know. That's way off the deep end, right? But as it boils, heat is a theme, at least. Heat. Even though we might not be in the Fire Island chain in this release, heat is still definitely a big theme. Here we get Lazarus again. Dragon Lab again, though. We don't see him anywhere. Have we seen him anywhere else other than the Dragon Lab? And so, yeah, he's kind of looking at us. And here's Casimir, right? First thing, Fashion War 2 lovers. Yeah, she's got an outfit. They gave everyone a new outfit, then, of Destiny's Edge 2.0. Or should I say Dragon's Watch? Actually, I can't say Dragon's Watch because Bram's not in it. Will she at least join Dragon's Watch? This is the big question, guys, of the patch. So that and whether we'll get a new cat to get for our home instances, right? But yeah, that's Casimir. Casimir's staff. She's looking good. She's finally back. And what she says out loud here is, no, it can't be. And what they've done is a shot reverse shot. Lazarus looking at Casimir. Maybe earlier in the trailer, he was actually looking down at her. I think that could be better, right? But she's looking up at him and she's saying, no, it can't be. So what I think they're doing here is I think that they're not just going to reveal Lazarus, since this is in the Dragon Lab, they're not just going to reveal Lazarus' identity, they might do it really quickly in this patch, alright? She's looking, I think Lazarus has just revealed who they are to Casimir. Because remember, Casimir's not been in this story, because she's kind of like hooked into this, I can tell everyone secrets kind of thing. And if she was introduced at any point earlier in the plot till now, she could have, you know, just given it up. Because Lazarus can't poker face this woman. And maybe he's just told her outright who he is, or maybe she's just read his mind. But I think, and maybe the mind reading is the cooler thing, I think she's just figured out who Lazarus is. And maybe, yeah, because she just got it straight out of his mind. She's looking up at him, she's read his mind, and now she said, no, it can't be. So what that means is whoever Lazarus is, it's someone that Casimir's familiar with. Because if Lazarus was, you know, Joe Blogg's random dude, you know, like there's a theory that the guy running around in Lion's Arch is Lazarus, right? Why would Casimir care about that? Why would her response be, no, it can't be? Lazarus is someone Casimir cares about, or has some understanding and preconceived notions about. And so you guys know my theories. You know the aggregation of theories that I've pulled off of the internet based on a previous video I did. I'll have a link in that to the description if you guys want to see all the different ideas of who Lazarus could be. But one of them that I did express before is that Lazarus could be one of the human gods. It's kind of based on like some weird comments I got a while ago. There's a whole story. You can check it out in the video. Could be one of the human gods, all right? And as well, Balthazar was on that list. If this comes true, I can't really take credit as this being my theory because someone was totally tipping people off to this early. But I think that's what they might be doing here. Because if Casimir finds out one of the gods who she loves and cares about was actually being Lazarus, then that might be the thing. And we got all the fire going on as well, the fire theming, despite the fact that there's no Fire Island chain. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I'm not even saying I put that much weight or confidence in it, but it is a possibility that this trailer seems to be hinting at. I don't know who Lazarus is, but I think by Tuesday of next week, I think Casimir will have pried it from them. I really think that will happen. And look, yeah, there was even like fiery effects around there as well. The deception will burn. All right. And here we are. Okay. All right. And now we get a montage, right? So this is the bit where the frame by frame format really comes in. So let's do the montage, shall we? Here we go, guys. All right. So here we got standard Heart of Thorns creature, an area that looks like it could be Ember Bay-like or Fire Island chainy. Here we've got another green destroyer. Again, actually more suggestive that there might be some Fire Island chainy stuff, at least some in it. They might take us back to the Fire Island chain, even though the core map is somewhere in the jungle. I don't know. It would have been quite fitting, by the way, can I just say, for there to be a Heart of Thorns jungle map as a part of Season 3. Because so far we haven't actually had any expansion to the jungle outside of the raid. But that doesn't really count for everyone, as we're all well aware. It's kind of hard to tell, though, in the background whether this really is the Fire Island chain. Or some kind of... Because this is just rocks, really. And not necessarily the kind of rocks we saw there. But the lighting's vaguely close enough. Anyway, yeah, we got the hybrid Primordus minions back. And here's another one. I don't actually know whether we saw this in the previous patch. What is this, a destroyer crab? I'm not entirely sure. We barely get to see anything. Is it a boss, maybe? Not sure. Here we got another dinosaur. And again, more like Dragon Stanley or Maguma Jungly looking areas. Here we got this character again. Really probably a player character, I think, firing. Like, some people are like, oh, who is this? I don't think it's probably a real character. Is that Lazarus, for example? I seriously doubt it. Because, again, if it's a totally new character, Casimir saying, no, it can't be, is weird. I might be wrong about Casimir there, and she might be saying, no, it can't be, we're trapped. But I think it's a revelation of his... I don't know. I'm 50-50 on it, okay, guys? We had a character in fire there. Here we've got a really evil looking Lazarus. He's like almost black looking and surrounded by fire. All right. I mean, the other idea is he could be a Primordus champion, right? Just like we suggested with a KRYTA champion earlier, could be a Primordus one. He's casting something. Don't forget, we saw him casting a fiery thing before as well. And the voice over there says the charade ends here. And again, with all of that building up, I mean, you don't do a patch that's entirely about this revelation without also giving the revelation. Guild Wars 2, Flashpoint. Notice how there's no space on the Guild Wars 2 up there as well. That's kind of weird. But yeah, so there you go. Flashpoint. That is the patch, or that is the trailer for the episode 5, the penultimate episode. As I said at the start of this video, a huge reveal as well that, you know, we're getting 6 episodes and we're boiling to something cool. So there you go, guys. That's my immediate, like, super fanboy, geeked out trailer analysis. I really did this one very fast. You might see another video on my channel with even more little things that I might have missed. I wanted to have fun with this with you guys, and as you all know, I'm in the middle of the Heart of Thorns review, so I want to get back to that ASAP. Sorry about the start there, Boots. We'll get to recording leak speculation soon enough. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Are you as hyped as I am, or am I going a bit over the top here? We shall see. Let me know in the comments. See you next time.